We are on an absolute heater, dare I say. You're looking at the NASDAQ, the stock market. It's heating up. It's heating up once again. The SPY, S&P, you're breaking back into new local highs. And you look at higher time frames here, you get a bit of a zoom out. You start to come to the reality that all-time highs aren't that far away. You're back into, November high, going back into pre-November highs, right? Back into 20,800. You're not that far off on the NASDAQ from getting there. You had the break and retest, like we mentioned, of the 200 SMA. You go into SPY, you look there. Again, you're close. You're $20, give or take, from all-time highs at this point. That is how close you are. I mean, really like $15, $16, but you are creeping back into that realm of possibilities. Now we go look at what has carried us, right? Because we have a lot to talk about today. What has really carried us, right? Semiconductors. Britain. You're at that point now in semis where this is big breakout potential is loading, right? We talked a lot about this. I mentioned it a lot on Twitter. I mentioned it in Discord. Obviously, if you go to my Twitter, you can actually go over here as well. Again, I said AVGO new all-time highs before NVIDIA. I've said it here plenty on the channel as well. Mentioned it in Discord, like I said. But, SMH is running. You have NVIDIA, again, top most valuable company in the world, right back taking that throne. But again, you're at 141. You haven't reached all-time highs yet, and you look at AVGO, Broadcom, which has new all-time highs, pushing for 260 as we speak. So we have a lot to really expand on here and where we're at as far as price action is concerned fundamentally, and then moving forward from this point. Now, again, if you are interested in seeing exactly how I trade everything along those lines, then Discord might be for you. The link is down below. You can see exactly what we're doing, what we're trading. Yesterday, we went deep into Palantir calls as well. One of the bigger trades that we mentioned, I posted here as well. Again, we've talked about CrowdStrike, PanW. I've mentioned a lot of those. And as you can see, as the profits, traders are doing well, whether it's futures, whether it's options. You guys see exactly what we do. Now, again, every morning I give you the rundown on what's happening with futures, the key levels to be looking for. For instance, this morning, over 21.53, we're looking for a breakout towards 21.7. Easy as it gets, right, as it breaks right into that level. And then you can actually look where we end the day, sitting right below that level as well. Like I mentioned right there, you go to the 15-minute chart so you can really see, get a better viewpoint. Right below that 21,718 is where you end the day, kind of finding some resistance. And Jay also called the level out there. Now it gets even better because, again, like I said, it's not just me running the Discord. It's also Jordan. Jordan's calling trades out all day long as well. Meta, NVIDIA, the leaps that we had there as well. So you're getting all of that. Quick trades, short-term trades, swings, everything like that. The link is down below if you're interested. Tap in. Also a free Discord as well, so you can try that one out if you would like to as well. Now, going into this, favorite stocks, where I think the money is going to be made, where I think the biggest opportunities are out there. Now, I've mentioned a few stocks recently. I would say my top 3 stocks that I've mentioned the most recently, are besides semiconductors excluded. CrowdStrike has been one of the biggest ones, pushed in towards 490. We mentioned it down here at around 450, as well as in Discord. And I like to just show Discord so you guys know that I'm not lying or BSing you guys. I just like to always show that there's proof of stuff that I mentioned, because again, I'm not going to reference back to videos because I just don't have a timestamp on all those videos. However, it's been a dog, right? It's been a dog. So again, as you look at it, we've been trading it to the upside, 475, now 490. Now after hours, you had earnings, you're dipping down back into 456. This could be a major opportunity where we traded again from 456, 460 again. So be patient, do what you got to do. But CrowdStrike's been one of those big names. Another big name has been PanW, which pushed back into 198, 200. You're sitting there right now. Another big name I mentioned was Costco, moving really good back to the upside. Okay, I want to give a special shout out to the sponsor of this channel and the only broker that I'm using every single day when it comes to stocks and options. Now, this is Moomoo, and again, this is who I'm using. You'll see them throughout the course of my videos. Now, I'd like to show you kind of what I'm using on their platform as well. I've gone into options. I've gone deep into their free trading, what's happening on their paper accounts. But another thing I'm looking at is what's happening with markets. You click markets right here on their application, and you can scroll down. You can see each overall sector like in heat map and how it adjusts. You can click on that as well, like something like semiconductors, and it'll give you a deeper dive into what's actually happening there with that overall ETF and how you're moving overall there, and then break down the biggest and largest movers in that as well. As you can see right here, you actually scroll down and see all the biggest, best overall names. You can sort this as you see fit, percent change, price, etc. So it really comes down to that point of understanding what you want to trade and then getting the best overall setups, which is something that I'm mentioning here on the channel at all points in time. Now, another thing I want to tell you right now, With select deposit amounts, you can get over 60 free stocks on your account. You can see the terms down below. Check it out. It's free to test out. And I recommend before you put any money on any platform that you check out the platform because, again, it's free to do. And just see if you like it overall. But let's not waste any more time. Let's get back to the video. Check them out. The link is down below. Almost back in all-time highs. Above 1060, you're probably breaking out quick. Now, in my opinion, some of the biggest opportunities, I still think, if you've missed out on these, then you're just patient and you're waiting for another opportunity to come across. Now, again, I say that to say this. There's going to be more big opportunities. I personally believe, again, I've said a lot about semis, but I think SMH is what you really got to watch here. Now, again, when we go to something like the daily chart, you can see that you look good. Like you look really solid. Your next big level, I wouldn't really say, is until around right there, 253 on SMH, and then after that, you're really looking closer as you get into like 258, 260 up here. That's where you're really pulling towards next, okay? However, SMH semiconductors, what are we looking for? So in my opinion, you can see it's like a little flat top that you have here. You're going to break out quick around $5 room on SMH, which can give you a good overall momentum and good move. I think NVIDIA, this is what you're looking for now. Again, the first time we broke above this, we liked it a lot. So this was our previous July 2024 high. You can see where we're at. Now we're kind of getting right above that level. That's what you want to see, holding above 141. This could get easily into 145, 146 in a hurry. I think AVGO, that time's passed. Do what you want to do. But again, I've said it a lot. You might have just missed the trade. TSM, another pretty nice trade here as well. I'm really waiting for this to get above 200 to 201 because if that happens, I think you're going to move quick towards 210, 212. Personal opinion, I would keep it on top of my watch list. Looks really strong, really good. Another name I've mentioned here, right? And again, I don't mention a lot of smaller names, smaller caps, right? Even mid caps. I don't talk about them a lot. I think MRVL is one of the top names out here. I think this could start running towards the 200 SMA, and you're 83. On the conservative side, $79 to $76, in my opinion. Another big name here is ARM, holding your level down here at 124. I want to see a mount above the 200 SMA. If you mount that, you could start moving in a hurry towards 144, maybe even towards 155, 156, and then eventually 164 as well. So again, you still look really solid. Now, a name Jay mentioned in Discord today was Meta. Now, I think Meta is also a beast here, getting rid of the drawing so you can see. The big level to hold was right here around 638, 639. You held that well. You broke above this little top range you had here at 660. You're holding that now. Holding this, I think this could get closer to 700 in a hurry. Again, Jordan thinks the same thing. This could start booking it towards 688, 700. So watch it. And again, when you're trading names like Meta, when you're trading names like Netflix, you have to just know about the volatility that's with those stocks. And Meta is one of those names that can move very quick. Saying that leads me back into Netflix. I think Netflix is still a top play here as well. You're mounting previous all-time highs. You look really, really good also. So again, as you can see here, marking that level right there, sometimes just marking it out makes it just so much easier, simpler to see. And you can see how strong it is above 1215. Love it back to the upside. I think this could start running towards 1240, 1250. Keep it on your watch list. It's price discovery, so I try not to give exact targets because, again, things just move a little bit more wild in the after hours like that. So another name I mentioned was Palantir. And again, you guys heard me mention it in Discord, what I'm looking at there. Number one, I thought this chart was just incredible. The way that you got above the 125 level. You kind of got below, but you remounted it. That was what you wanted to see. And then they got the new deal with the basically to manage all of data in the United States, which let's get more information on that because that sounds scary. But overall, getting back above that, moving strong, getting above previous all-time highs. Above 133.5, I think it's explosive. I would not be shocked to see 140, but I really wouldn't even be surprised to see 150, as crazy as that sounds. Palantir, is it overvalued? Probably. But are they growing rapidly? Are they growing fast? Yes. But again, I'm not telling you to YOLO here. Do what you want. You know, the trade that we mentioned, I think we got in around 3. Let's be really exact here because, again, I mentioned it here in Discord literally a day or two ago. Right here, yeah. So $350 a contract for the June 20th. And I think today they hit $5 a contract, I do believe. You can actually see right here they went into $5.01. And then here on the 30th, they were at highs of 535. So, again, do what you got to do. They moved good. I figured they would, so they moved really, really good. So, over 50% gain there. So, again, do what you got to do. But, again, those are my top biggest names I'm liking right now. Going back towards the SPY, QQQ futures, what I'd be watching here right now, I think SPY, I mean, again, phenomenal close on the day. Like, I don't really know. I mean, I think this is possibly a swing overnight, I mean, to be totally honest, right? So, over 595.5. Right, your previous all-time or previous local high here. You're looking for that push into 600, 599. Again, it looks really, really, really good. QQQ, again, you look here, you look awesome here as well, above 527. It's what you want to see. Getting back above the level, pushing towards 531, give or take, what you're looking at there as well. The NASDAQ, you are right below that level I mentioned there. Potentially, I mean, again, I have to talk about all the realm of things that could happen. Now, this was an after-hours move, or worth mentioning there. So again, that's not going to be priced into QQQ or SPY. But again, what you could see is a potential lower high possibly even put in. We could see that. Now, I wouldn't be betting on that because as of right now, you're putting in higher lows still. That is a good thing to see, and that's still pretty bullish behavior. I'm more looking towards continuation, but as of right now, the biggest things I'm looking at, ES holding above your level 59.74, which again you basically mounted here at the end of the day. Which again I try to vocalize and make this stuff clear. Like if you missed it in a video yesterday, again I make sure everyone in Discord's always up to date on what we're looking for, why we're looking for it, everything in between, so you're never freaking out right. So over 59, 41 this morning, you're looking for 59.54, 59.74. I mean, you sat there, you mounted it for the end of the day. You got above it at 11 a.m., you held it for the rest of the day. I mean, there's nothing else you can really do there. Absolute monster play. So you're getting the action that you want to see. And those are that's the biggest thing right now is like, are you getting the action that you want to see? Are you making a trade plan? Is it, playing out according to that trade plan as well? Tesla, a little bit choppy here. We traded it big time to the upside towards 360. Jay's been killing that. Now you're back in this little range between 350 and 337. Be careful not hitting the gas here. A few things, though, I do want to say, though, guys. Number one, if you're trying to trade this environment, I recommend, again, my number one thing I recommend to anybody, before every single day, you don't have to do it specifically with like every single stock. I don't think you need to do that, okay? You don't need to go down and make a trade plan on every single stock before you do it. What I recommend you do is understand that the market moves in basically in like a three-step process, in my opinion, okay? And this is what happens. And I'm just giving you a quick little piece of advice, right? So number one, you have futures. So I'm just going to say F, okay? So this is your F, right? This is what the most important, this is where everything starts for me, right? I have to understand what futures are doing. So what do? I go and I make my trade plan, my rundown every morning before market open on ES, which is the S&P 500 SPY, and then I go over NQ, which is the NASDAQ QQQ. You want to know NQ and ES because they're more relevant, they're more important, and you're going to get better action in the overnight session so you know where those levels are. I don't chart pre-market on SPY or QQQ. That's typically a waste of time for me, okay? Now, from there, what do? I go from here directly into my next step of understanding what stocks I like, right, or creating a bias to. So, right, I have my step 2. We're going to put it as stocks, right? So this is stocks. So I can't even get to stocks unless I have an understanding of futures. And then here, I make my trade for options, right? So this is my trade, okay? So again, it's important to understand this is how everything works out for me. And if you're trading and you're struggling to identify overall directions, this probably will help you. So what do I mean by that? So if I'm looking here, and I'm saying on NASDAQ, I'm looking at NASDAQ. So number one, what is primarily made of NASDAQ? Technology, semiconductors. Pretty much every large cap name that you probably trade is in the NASDAQ, right? Most likely. So I said over 21.53, we're looking for a breakout towards 21,700. That's a pretty decent move. So I know if we get above that level, you have a clear shot to the upside. You're very bullish. So what does that mean? If we break that level, I'm looking to trade the upside specifically. Again, if we get below, we start losing VWAP, I'm looking for the downside. So if we lose VWAP, I'm looking for the downside. So again, as market opens, I know exactly what I'm looking at for futures. From there, then I see, okay, are we breaking to the upside or the downside? And then I go into stocks that I'm wanting to trade, right? Which 9 out of 10 times are the stocks that I mentioned here on the channel. Do what you want to do with that information, okay? So if I'm saying, okay, NVIDIA is one of my most bullish names out there, then maybe if futures are moving in a bullish way, then I'm going to favor and try to trade NVIDIA. So then I know which stocks are the most bullish, whether it be NVIDIA, AVGO, whatever stocks I'm liking that day, CrowdStrike, PanW, right? And then I go into my trades from there. I never start without futures, right? I'm not going to just skip futures and say, okay, well, today, guys, futures don't matter. Futures are irrelevant, right? The whole market, who cares? I'm going to say today, Tesla's the trade of the day. Upside on Tesla, I don't care what happens. Do you hear how stupid that sounds? Do we really, are you conceptualizing what I'm saying? And again, people say, Tyler, you're arrogant, you're this, you're that. Well, there's two things I'll say about that as well. If you're trading all day, every day, if this is your life, right? So I'm just going to tell you right now. Now, granted, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus, right? I've been a little bit, a little bit of a break the past 2.5 weeks, I'll say right now, right? I've been in and out, right? But for the most part, all I do every single day, and if you trade stocks at all, then you kind of relate, is you sit there, you stare at a screen, and you're just basically just repeating the same process over and over and over and over and over. Now, if I have confidence in my strategy, if I have confidence in what I do, if I have confidence to make a video and tell you, hey guys, I like this stock, this, and that, and receive criticism from both sides no matter what happens, right? You got to have a little bit of arrogance there. You have to have a little bit of belief in whatever the hell you're doing. If you don't have a belief in what you're doing, number one, you're probably not trading. Number two, I don't know. I don't really know. Do you really have confidence in what you're trading, right? You have to have the understanding. If you have some arrogance, you have some sort of confidence in what you're doing, you have to do that in the trading game. Even if you're not making videos for other people, if you're doing it just for yourself, you're placing your money in that trade and you're risking it. End of the day, that's what's happening. So as long as you're putting yourself in a better situation, that's what I always try to tell you guys as well. Put yourself in the best situation at all times. Stop trying to force a bunch of trades. Stop trying to take 30 trades. Put yourself in a position to win, to win, to win. That has to be your mentality. That's my mentality every single trade. That's my mentality when I make a video here, is I'm trying to put you guys or put myself and just relay my thoughts of how I'm going to put myself in that position to hopefully win day in and day out. If you have any questions, comment down below. Discord links down below. All my links, everything like that is down there. Have a good one, traders.